Well, let me just show you guys the latest little gem I just brought home. In addition to the farm, but mostly in addition to the sawmill, I got me a trailer. Okay, so let me tell you about the trailer. Let me tell you why I got it. This is not a pretty trailer. This is not a heavy duty trailer. This is actually a frame out of a travel trailer, just a camper. And so you can see it's very lightweight. I mean, this is just like a C-channel, almost like a C-purl, and I don't even think it's 1/4 inch. And they've cut all these little pockets out of it just to try to take weight off as much as they can on these things. The title says it's rated for 4,500 pounds gross weight rating. I'm gonna guess these axles are probably both 25s. I don't think they're anything much more than that. That'd be 5,000 pounds. So they're probably both 2,500 pound axles, and that's okay. My plan for this trailer is to just basically put a deck on it and mount the sawmill on it. So it basically will make my mill portable, which is not the game that I'm really into. I've had a few people ask me about moving to their place, but as long as I can get people to bring me their logs and I don't have to move my mill to their location, I'd just as soon mill at my own place, right? But it gives me that option to be portable. But more than anything, what it does is it gets my mill up and off the ground. You guys have seen my sawmill. It sits right down in the mud. I got a couple pine, like 6x6s that I put it on. It's got a bunch of bricks and crap to level it up, and those are all broken and falling out. I'm constantly having to reset the mill, check that it's level. It's just a muddy, nasty, horrible mess around the mill. So I want to get it up on this deck. And even if I never go mobile and I never take it to a job, just getting the mill up off the ground, I'll have a solid wood deck, a solid work surface to work on. The sawdust piles up, you just sweep it off, It'll give me an option too to then pull the mill when it's rainy and muddy like it is now. Right now I'm having to go back, driving through my backyard. I'm rutting everything up. I'm making a terrible mess to get back to where the mill's at now. The mill is gonna move to better ground soon enough. Basically right here where the dump truck is sitting is where the mill is supposed to move to, but who knows when that'll happen. So the trailer deck for the sawmill is basically the quick solution on that. So like I said, it'll get the mill up off the ground. It'll give me the option to be portable if I want to. And if nothing else, it gives me the option to be portable here on site at my house. I can roll this thing out in the middle of the driveway, mill logs on a nice sunny day like today. And when I'm done, just park it off to the side, out of the way. I don't have to have a dedicated hard level spot for this thing to sit on all the time. Just park it in the driveway, put the jacks down. So there's a couple things I gotta do. First off, you can see the trailer, it's not, like I said, it's not real durable, and honestly, I can pull on it here and the whole thing flexes. The cross members are like, it's 30 foot to like here on the nose somewhere, but it's a good 24 or 28 feet of flat deck, not counting the tongue, which is way more than I need. I've only got 22 feet worth of mill track. I can only cut like 19 feet. So I didn't need a full 30 feet, but hey, it gives me a little bit of lanyard, place to set a toolbox, or, just have a space to walk around. It's going to be deck over, so it's going to be a solid at least 8 feet wide. So that'll give me plenty of space to actually walk around the mill. The mill track is only, I think, like 4 feet wide. Of course, when you figure where the actual controls are at, where the little rod sticks out for the blade tensioner, all that, it's almost 8 feet wide. But still, I'll be able to work around that sort of stuff, so I'll be able to stay up on the trailer, not be jumping up and down and up and down and up and down. But anyway, it's not real sturdy. And so I am going to have to try to beef it up a little bit. But really what I'm planning on doing is just cutting like some 4x4s to run the length of it. Whatever I've got to cut to get me up above the wheels. Oh, by the way, I paid $500 for the trailer, okay? Is that too much? Maybe, but the tires, literally brand new. 2 brand new tires, still have the hair on them. These 2 tires are brand new. That alone is $300, or at least $200. Those 2 tires are in pretty good shape. Call those $50 a piece as used tires. So the thing, it at least has good tires on it. And so, you know, I'll have to put a wiring kit on it. The brakes, it actually has brakes on both axles. The guy, for some reason, as he was tearing it apart, he cut the wires. I don't really know why, but he did. But you can go buy a turnkey wiring harness for trailers like this that is already everything. The plug is already soldered and everything, and you just run it down the inside of the frame with some zip ties and you're in business, you know. So that's nothing. So that is another advantage, because just these axles, having the axles, both have brakes on them. Do I need dual axle braking? No, but it's a value-added component. Looks like got 2 lug nuts missing on that one, 2 missing on that one, so I might need some lug nuts, but that's okay. But yeah, I'm gonna have to beef it up a little bit. So like I said, I'm gonna run like a 4x6 or whatever I've got to run to get me up over the tires as basically beams to run the full length. And those will help spread the load a lot more. It'll give me, of course, it adds weight to the trailer, but it's going to give me more support to span these real long spans on the deck. And so I'll actually run those beams the length of the trailer, and then my decking will run sideways. So I'll have a bunch of 8-foot wide boards that'll go across that I can screw down to. I want to minimize how much I'm actually bolting stuff through the frame, just because when I put a new deck on my 20-foot trailer here, I put a new deck on that trailer, and I went and bought a bunch of self-tapping screws, so they say. Those things sucked to put in. I ended up having to drill pilot holes for every one of them. I still broke off half of them. Really made me angry. So I'm going to try to design my trailer frame here on this one to be a little bit smarter, that it's not going to take me all weekend to run screws into it. You know, we'll kind of come up with a design, cut the pieces, and have it to where if the deck rots off in 10 years or whatever, because I just use plain old untreated lumber, then I can just pull it off real easy and redo it. Sorry, I'm getting tired of standing. My arm's getting tired of holding the camera out. But that's going to be the biggest challenge, is figuring out how to beef it up a little bit. And realistically, the sawmill is not that heavy. I could probably, if I wanted to, just run 2x6s the length of this thing and deck it and just be done. And it wouldn't be any problem. But I've mentioned in videos before, my big battle with the sawmill is, like I said, it's always settle in, and I've got to always check plumb and put a shim under here, jack it back up over there. And so I want to make sure that I've got this trailer strong enough that I'll be able to run jacks down on it, you know, and level it up, put 4 jacks down, and I'm good to go. I don't have to worry about it flexing while I'm up there walking back and forth on it, and I set a big 3,000-pound log or 4,000-pound log. It does actually have jacks on it. It's got factory jack here. Where am I at? Here. There's one on the other side over there. And there's 3 of them. 3 out of the 4 factory leveling jacks for this thing are still on it. And they're just a little scissor jack that you put I don't have the right size tool, but basically you just put some sort of adapter on here, and I can run with an impact and just zip them down and be in business. I'll probably look at getting actual trailer jacks, ones that can swivel down. I was looking already, you can get them for like $200 a piece for one that's got like a 2,000-pound rating, which is way more than I need. But I'm gonna do, like I said, at least 4 jacks. Really, I could probably go. It's so flimsy. I'm scared to put a jack on something like this because it's thin. It's so thin. Anyway, so like I said, I've got some work ahead of me. I've got some stuff I've got to do to this thing. But realistically, for a turnkey frame, that was the whole point of the video. For a turnkey frame, I was happy with $500. This thing's ready to go as far as me being able to just throw a deck on it and have it right here on the farm. My intention is not to run up and down the road with this thing all the time, so I'm not all that worried about the lights and everything else just yet. I just want to get it so I can get some beams on it, get my sawmill up on it, out of the ground, out of the mud, and be ready to rock, like I said. So the value in buying it really was just in the tires. I was working on, and I'm still, I'm going to tell the ag teacher that I changed my mind. I was going to work with the local high school at the ag shop and have them basically build me a trailer frame and as a subframe for the mill. I was going to build it just as a trailer frame, but just set it on blocks for now, and then kind of give me that optionality to add a tongue and axles later. But that alone would have been several thousand, you know, when it was all said and done. And that's not paying any labor. That's just buying materials to build a decent trailer frame, you know, and buy all the axles and the tires and everything else. So this one's, like I said, it's turnkey, it's ready to go. I might have to go pay the ag teacher off. He'd bought 2 pieces of 20-foot 6-inch channel for me, so I might have to go pay him off for those, or he might just say that, you know, it came out of the spendy budget, whatever, and, you know, somebody else will use them, some other kid can use them on their trailer in the future. I don't know. But like I said, it's not a glamorous trailer, it's not pretty, it needs some work, but it's a good price. So this is your, you know, intro video, I guess, to the beginning of yet another project.